the messaging apps that these national security, it just confounds me, that we are bouncing from commercial stuff. Uh, don't we have, I mean, an internal, generated messaging app that's secure? Why do these guys keep using these, I call them third-party software to do this? Why is it that they go from what was it that before it was Signal, then there's I think that you put
The
tap
Signal
message or
clone,
Yeah,
yeah,
telemessage. Yeah.
telemessage.
you know uh, is the one that's generated by the government clunky, that it's difficult to? Why is it that they keep doing this? Because it just means, I don't
Yeah.
know, it just makes no sense. It's like we're amateurs, and they're supposed to be the top bananas.
It's convenient. So keep in mind that during the window before uh, President Trump became president, that 2.5 month window, more or less, uh, you're still allowed to talk to people that are nominated for their positions, and it's convenient to get on a Signal chat and just talk. And it's also
Right.
convenient to not have to transition all that stuff over when it comes time to talk over official channels. Now, keep in mind the telemessage switch that originated from a side problem that blew out from the initial Signalgate scandal that I think we had talked about when I was on here first. So telemessage is a message archiving service. So in the federal government, you are required to archive chats, even if they're in highly sensitive environments and may never be accessed by the public. Um, the National Archives and Records Administration requires all chats to be stored. So what initially came out of that from the Signalgate side was that when Mike Waltz added all the people to that to the Signal chat, the dreaded Signal chat where the Atlantic's Jeff Goldberg was added, he set messages to disappear, which is technically circumvents archiving rules. And so a lawsuit came out of that. So that's something I followed a little bit. And the idea is that the judge ruled that archiving needs to be put in place. And so what happened was that there was a scramble within the government, and not just within like the top echelons of the White House, but in various other agencies as well. There's a big scramble to make sure that we had archiving capabilities loaded in on the proper devices so that stuff could be stored. Now, there's different archiving techniques that come in through these third-party apps, excuse me. But in this case with telemessage, as we all found out, it was not the secure product that it claimed to be, and so a
Right,
hacker,
they got hacked. They got
yeah,
hacked
so
with a very little effort, it turns
yeah,
out.
that's right. So a hacker brought their findings to 404 Media, which is another. I mean, they're phenomenal. 404 Media. I mean, they're just crushing it every day, and yeah. So a hacker brought their findings to them, and what took like 15 to 20 minutes to get around telemessage protocol, and they're able to access sensitive content connected to Customs and Border Protection. So which also gave away that telemessage was being used in certain offices within the Department of Homeland Security. And yeah, they've shuttered. My understanding is that they're still on the telemessage service is still on pause right now because it's not doing what it claims to do, and that's a problem. That's the issue with these Signal clones. And look, I think you had asked earlier yes, there are sensitive communication offerings in place. So for the Pentagon, for instance, has something called JWICS, and JWICS is used to exchange and talk about classified information. It's a secure network that's engineered, and it's been long used for a while, and updated and innovated on and built upon to secure communications for between sensitive military officials. But again, it's inconvenient to have to swap over to all that stuff when you've been talking for some months before you take your official position in the administration. And part of this too, there's been conversations raised that, well, maybe it's all intentional so that anything bad that comes out of this can't be pulled from the archives. I don't know how true that is. It's always a suspicion of people that watch this stuff from afar, but